Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. There's two obsolete punks here. It's Losty and Timmy. Doing some special content here. Just a fun little idea that Tim and I came up with as a way to bulk up the content and give you guys some varying content, not just music reactions. And since we had some time in our days, we're going to get together every once in a while and do some little top 5 lists. And see where we line up, see where we differ, have a little discussion, talk about why we chose the things we chose, and have a nice little list of different themes we're going to do. And we're going to kick this whole shebang off with our top 5 punk bassists of all time.
Hell yeah.
Seemed like a fitting place to start, considering bass looms large on the channel.
You know what I'm really excited about?
Yes, what?
Getting trashed in the comments, because if we get it like trashed on opinions on just songs, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That ain't nothing compared to this.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing it for, though, right? It's all opinions at the end of the day.
Exactly.
We want to hear our opinions. We want to hear your opinions. We'll
keep in mind, everybody, we're obsolete. We're stupid. We're just sharing our opinions. That's all it is.
Yep. None of this is definitive. None of this is objective. Although I will say, in picking my list, I did try to toe the line a little bit between personal taste and objectivity, but I think personal taste will still always win out on these picks. Maybe the objectivity will just affect how I rank them a little bit.
It's kind of the problem I ran into on the bass thing here.
Well, it seems fitting considering you were a bassist in a former life.
Yes.
So I say we just jump into it, and we're gonna kick it off with number 5, and I'm gonna let you go first, Tim. Tell us what your number 5 all-time top bassist is.
All right. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. I think you'll be surprised, but not as surprised as other people. Number 5 was the hardest one to come up with, because honestly, I could put like 6 or 7 people in at number 5. So I had to really narrow it down, think about the reason why. So I'm going with Twan Anthony of The Revenge and Stereotype Writer. And the reasons I'm going with Twan: his tone, number 1, has one of the most recognizable tones, and he has it just dialed into perfection. He's a very talented bassist, and he can stand out so well in songs without getting too show-offy, but you always hear him in there just doing these crazy little things. So it works perfectly. So I really like that he has the chops to be able to do anything he wants, but he doesn't get show-offy with it. So that's why I put Twan number 5.
That's an excellent pick. I really like that. I'm in the same boat where I was having a hard time with number 4 and 5, because there was not very much space between those picks, and it was really like, could have been any of these people on any given day. For my number 5, and this may be low for people, but again, just personal taste here, I'm going to go with Fat Mike as my number 5 all-time punk rock bassist.
Yeah! Anti-tradition, tried and true. Yeah! A world where wrong is right away. Oh yeah! Fuck that world, fuck that hierarchy. Go ahead, world, waste your life away. Fuck that world, don't fuck that right away.
He could easily be number 1 on this list. He could be number 2. He could be anywhere on this list. I mean, we all know Fat Mike is phenomenal at what he does. He's a great songwriter, super unique player. can't really think of too many other people in the scene that sound like Fat Mike, and if they do, it's probably because they were inspired by Fat Mike. He's kind of got that style where you can tell he's very self-taught, and I like that. He just kind of figured out what works for him, and he's just been running with it for decades, to the point that he's like perfected his own craft that he's kind of created for himself, which kind of unique picking patterns that he does, a lot of strumming even on bass stuff, a lot of stuff way up on the neck, and he's so versatile too. I mean, from being able to do just super ripping, straightforward 4-chord punk to the most like insane like reggae vibes in a song where I know we've talked about it before. You're just like, where's the one, Mike? Where's the one? I don't know where this riff starts and where it ends, but it's amazing. It's taken me on a journey here. And then obviously you just factor in the whole No Effects thing on top of it. The fact that they, are such a seminal band in the scene. They did it for as long as they did it. They had so many, just classic good songs that were very bass centric. Timer for sure. Again, like I said, could probably be higher on the list, but just personal taste. There's some other guys that were gonna eke them out. So there you go. There's my number 5.
I like the descriptions as well.
Cool.
Made a lot of sense.
Hope so. That was fun.
On to
number 4.
Number 4.
Okay. Tell us, Tim. Number 4. Who is it?
So I'm gonna have to throw an asterisk on here as well, because this is going to be, in a way, a tie, because it's one person that's in the band currently and the person they took over for. So I'm going to name the one that's currently in right now, Jonathan Hiskey. And this is where the asterisk comes in, is the former bassist, Jason Torbert. So I put them as a tie because they both have a very similar style. Jason was on the first album, and Jonathan's on the second album that they did, and he's the current bassist. So anyways, both of them are just insanely fast, insanely technical, all up and down the neck. You always feel like it's controlled chaos, like it's about to go off the rails at any time. And I feel like they just take it to the edge and then bring it back to where it needs to be. There's times where it just feels like it's kind of sloppy and stuff like that, but it's not. Like when you actually, like, if you can break it down like little minute things that they're doing, it's perfectly on time with the drums all the time, perfectly on time with the guitars. So they're just technical things that they do, and their sound they get out of the bass blows my mind. So that's why I'm going to put Jonathan Hiskey, Cigar, number 4.
Nice. So this is really funny. My number 4 can easily fit the description that you just gave for those two guys and for Cigar. I could easily just say exactly the same thing that you said. So my number 4 is Brian Robinson of Wilhelm Scream and of the Full Blast. I think he's incredibly, again, a unique player, does a lot of things that you don't hear. I mean, when Career Suicide came out, that was the big takeaway from everybody I talked to on that album was like, holy shit, who is this bass player on this album? And for him to come in to the fold and that be his first like foray into kind of being more known in the punk scene, like holy shit, he was doing so much insane stuff on that album and every album since then. I mean, when you're in a band like Wilhelm Scream and you got Trev doing what he does on guitar, you have to kind of have a shredder also on bass. Because that's their MO. Like everything they do is shred. So even when Trev's playing bar chords, somebody in the band's got to be shredding, right? So it's got to be Brian. And I mean, you just don't hear too many people doing finger tapping parts in punk songs on the bass. And he's another guy who like he's just really kind of got it all in terms of what he can do. He'll do some really super technical stuff. He'll just like lay in the groove sometimes, and he's really lyrical as well a lot of times. Just a lot of nice places in songs where he's popping out with a run that could easily have been like a vocal melody instead. So just really like what he brings to the band. And if you haven't checked out the Full Blast, definitely go check them out. Also an awesome band that he's a part of. Yeah, Brian Robinson, definitely my number 4.
All right, we're ready to crack the top 3.
Yeah, I think so.
So
yeah, take it away.
My top 3 going in here, starting at number 3, obviously. I think a lot of people will, throughout the entire punk universe, a lot of people have these 3 as their top 3 bassists. But I think it's going to be controversial in my order to some people. So we'll see how this goes. So for number 3, Matt Freeman, Rancid, Operation Ivy.
Nobody wanna look back, everybody wanna get on that one at a time. Where's the fella, John Boat, neighbor, and football, and crime. 999, if you really want the truth. Dial 999, if you can't say it good. The Jack the Ripper, he's ordinary crook. Call in Maxwell, murder for you.
So the thing with Matt Freeman, why I put him at number 3, is I would say he's probably number 1 as far as talent goes. Like, he is just unsurpassed talent-wise for what he can do on a bass. Only reason I drop him down to number 3 is because he does add a lot to the songs, but it's not as necessary as like what my top 2 are for the songs. I feel like he's kind of showing off quite a bit when it's not necessary. It doesn't really carry the song, if that makes sense. I think just the music alone carries it, and he's just kind of sitting on top of it, doing fancy schmancy stuff that a whole lot of bassists cannot do. So while I think he's an absolutely amazing player, I don't think he adds as much to the band as the next 2 on my list. So Matt Freeman, number 3, I'm sure that's going to be a lot of people's number 1. So controversial pick, but I do agree, number 1 talent, but number 3 on the list.
Well, if we want to talk controversial, then I'm gonna give it away a little bit here and say that Matt Freeman did not make my top 5.
Woo! You're going to be in trouble.
I'm going to be in trouble. It was between him and Fat Mike for my number 5, and Fat
Nice.
Mike won out for the reason that you gave, is that Matt Freeman is an incredible technical player, but again, like you were saying, he often it just feels like a lot of soloing over what's happening, as opposed to like adding to the song in a way that's varied, I suppose. But I mean, there's no denying his talent. Holy shit. I mean, it's just like,
Oh, he's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
He's absolutely brilliant.
yeah. I mean,
But I
obviously,
think Rancid between, Lars and Tim, just their songs writing structure, stuff like that is already put together so well, where I just feel like he's just on top, just adding, ear candy is what he's doing.
yeah.
But it's not really carrying the song.
And
So,
clearly it works for what they're doing, because Tim and Lars write very simple, straightforward songs,
Yeah.
bar chord
Yep.
kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it really works for that. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough to decide between Matt and Mike in that
Yep.
lower spot. But yeah, Matt definitely, I mean, obviously would make an honorable mention. And I think objectively
indeed.
is a top 3 punk bassist of all time, hands down. Again, just my personal preference was all that was driving that. So for me, at number 3, I've got, and again, this might be controversial too, it might be too low, but I've got Carl Alvarez at number 3.
Just good friends and you come to me for sympathy. You tell me that I'm not so tight, but still you call me late at night. Every time it picks a fight, after all is said and all is done, I'm the one. I've been here for you all along. I'm the one whose shoulder you've been crying.
The reason there, again, it's kind of just, as much as I love Descendants, there's just 2 other guys whose bands overall I like better and whose contributions to the bands I like just a little bit more. Obviously, there was Descendants without Carl, and that Descendants version was fantastic. But I don't know, just Carl and Stefan coming into the band just really like took them up a level in terms of musicality and playing and all of that. Carl's just, he's nuts. I mean, again, one of those players that I kind of see a difference between him and like a Matt Freeman. Carl's doing a lot of stuff that Matt does in songs, but there's something about it in the setting of a Descendants song where you can do that crazy jazzy, bluesy, super riffy, lots of notes in there kind of thing, and it does add this extra element that the band would be missing otherwise. Whereas, as incredible as somebody like Matt Freeman is, you could take him out of Rancid, and Rancid would not be Rancid without him, but it would still be a nice sounding band with just kind of a standard like run of the mill bass player in the band. So Carl just brings a lot, and I love his jazzy, crazy, frenetic, cram a bunch of notes in, but also make it kind of slinky and elastic when you need to. And again, another player who I feel like can just do everything and really knows what's required of him in each setting in a song, and really like fills the bill well. Carl Alvarez at my number 3.
Absolutely. Very nice.
All right, Tim, getting to the top 2 already. And I'm sure
we're already there.
I'm sure we've already angered quite a few people. So let's continue to anger some people and reveal your number 2.
My number 2 is your number 5.
Nice.
So you're kind of making it a little bit easy on me because you've already said a lot of it. So yes, Fat Mike. And for so many reasons that you were even just kind of talking about right there with between Carl Alvarez and Matt Freeman and the difference. So I do want to add a couple more things on Fat Mike. His little triplet pick thing that he does is fucking fire. I have no idea how he does it. Like, so many people try to do it, they cannot figure out how he does it. Yeah. It's so unique. So yeah, he always has his own unique sound. And he's one, again, he's doing a lot of the songwriting stuff like that. So where I think a big difference between like Matt Freeman being all fancy on songs versus Fat Mike being fancy on songs is because Fat Mike's doing the songwriting. A lot of things feel like it's built around the bass. I know for him, he talks about like the melody, stuff like that is the most important. But I think as far as the song structure, once it comes down to like instrumental, to get that melody kind of stuff is kind of built around the bass. So that way, when the show-offy things are going on with the bass, it makes a lot of sense and it carries the song quite a bit. So other than that, not too much more to add because I think a lot we've said so far with Fat Mike has been said there. So yes, number 2 for me, Fat Mike.
Yeah, excellent choice. Like I said, Mike could have gone anywhere on this list, but again, I think objectively, yeah, easily a top 3 punk bassist. So my number 2 is Jason Black of Hot Water Music and The Draft. think he was also in Census Fail, and I can't remember what other projects he's done. But Jason Black. I think maybe at this point there's maybe a little bit of a trend, showing here, especially with the last couple that I've chosen. I've picked a lot of like really flashy technical players and a lot of versatile players, and Jason Black absolutely fits that mold for me. And I think the difference, I shouldn't even say the difference, I think the reason Jason Black is my number 2 over Carl and over Brian is because Jason feels like an amalgamation of those two guys, where he can be super jazzy and super technical, but he's also incredibly lyrical. I mean, every time I just think about the bass line throughout the entirety of Drag My Body and how insanely beautiful that bass line is in that song, and how it would not even remotely be the same. It would still be a beautiful song, but it would not remotely be the same song without Jason's playing on it. And I love the dichotomy. I love the way he and George play off of each other. It's so clear that they've got a great relationship and they've been playing together for a long time. And again, just the way he can just move in and out of doing super, super jazzy, technical, off time kind of stuff, and then just slide right into the most beautiful melody lines. And again, he's such a varied career in hot water music too. They've changed. Even though they've always sounded like hot water music, they've changed a lot over the years, and Jason's playing has changed with the band in a way that just drives them forward and keeps it sounding fresh and interesting. And yeah, definitely Jason Black at my number 2.
Good choice. He is fantastic.
Oh, we're there already. Need drum roll, fanfare.
Take a deep breath. Hold on.
Okay.
My number 1 is your number 3, Carl Alvarez.
Very nice.
And a couple of reasons. He's up there with Chuan as far as like most recognizable tones in the business. Anytime you hear Carl playing, you know that tone. It is so uniquely Descendants all sound. And I think out of anybody on this list, I think I would say is the backbone to the music of everything that they do.
She's much smarter than me. Inside she writes a side of herself that she won't let me see. Such a hateful little girl. Her little book is her own world. It's all there in her little book, and I can't help but wonder, but she says I'll never understand. She says there's no love, everyone is out to get her.
He knows when to be showing off. He knows when to just carry it. He knows exactly where he's supposed to be at any given time. Like, he is a mastermind of figuring that out. You can always hear him clearly playing, even when he's just playing simply. It's so clear and good and sounds fantastic. His timing is perfect. And I don't think I've ever heard a finger player be able to pick that fast. I mean, there's definitely some that can, but not as clean as what he does, where every note stands out so clearly. Like, it's just mind-blowing to me. So I think he's probably, out of anybody on this list, the most important to their band as far as a bassist goes. So Carl Alvarez, number 1 in my book.
Yeah, great pick for all those reasons. You really nailed it for sure. My number 1, maybe not controversial, but definitely my number 1 because of everything, not just his playing, but everything that goes along with him and the band that he's in. My all-time favorite band, hands down, Propagandhi. Todd Kowalski. Todd the Rod is my number one bass player.
What have we here? The transcend imagine you. This private display on public display, son. Do not be alarmed by your old man's tears. Hey, old man, it's okay. Every dog has his day. Sit down with me, let's have a drink.
He was so close to cracking into my top 5. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like I said, there's a list of probably 15 people that I could have interchanged a lot of these names, but Todd I think is one that I think I would have gone number one no matter what, just because of, again, Propagandhi being my favorite band, what he brought to the band, what he allowed the band to be able to do. You know, they wanted to be a thrash band. They wanted to be a metal, punk, thrash, fucking rip your face off kind of band. And I love John, but they couldn't do that with John. And Todd was just the perfect person to get in that band to be able to do that. The way he's grown over the years is incredible to watch. I believe he's also kind of like self-taught, but then ended up taking some jazz lessons later as he's gone on, and it really shows in his playing. There's also the fact that he is a main songwriter in the band. I mean, any Propagandhi album that you get, he's probably written 4 or 5 songs on it. Definitely has his own style. I like the way he approaches his guitar writing in the songs that he writes, because I think he approaches it in a bass kind of way, which makes it interesting. And yeah, again, just his playing. He's another one of those guys that just, he knows what to do in almost every moment. And even the moments where you're like, ooh, does that go there? Are you just showing off a little bit? It's like, the more you listen to it, you're like, I don't care. It's amazing. It sounds so good. All the little like rubs that he does and kind of inversions and stuff like that just adds so much to the songs, but he can absolutely rip it when he needs to. And again, really jazzy. He's got a lot of like, just that cram a lot of notes in and make it sound super technical kind of jazzy playing, which is great. Yeah, like I said, just the fact that he's the bass player in Propagandhi was already gonna bump him up the list, and then the fact that he is such an incredible player on top of that. My number one, Todd Kowalski.
Very good choice. Yeah, he was definitely in the running for me. He just didn't quite crack it. Him and Twan were like the kind of final two that I had for number 5. So I just had to give that love to Twan for that tone, though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, because I was struggling a little bit maybe with my list, where there were some guys that I was working on this list for about a week, and I thought I had it kind of laid out and settled, and all of a sudden I'd be like, oh wait, what are you doing? You forgot about so-and-so, and then you forgot about so-and-so. And Twan wasn't even on my radar, and then when you picked him, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Yeah, Twan's on the radar, of course.
Yeah, I had my top 4 locked in for sure. I was just struggling with number 5. There was like so many. I was just like, this guy could be there because of this person for that, this person for that. So number 5 was tough, man. I'll tell everybody out there right now.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking about before we got on, we'll have to do another one of these and do like an top 5 honorable mention pick for bassists, because like you said, it was hard.
Absolutely.
I feel like we're gonna have to maybe make that a thing too with some of the other maybe singers and guitarists too, because I think that one.
Oh, they're all gonna be tough, man.
Yeah. So I don't know.
What
we're gonna do next, but we have a whole list of themes here, and hope y'all enjoyed this inaugural top 5. And
hey, give it to us in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
trash us. Give us your top 5, anything.
Yep.
Let us know where we were right, where we were wrong. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all opinions. It's all music. It's all for the love of it. So.
Yeah, we'd love to discuss with the community. I'm very interested. I'd love to hear about some bass players that we completely forgot about, that or maybe that are lesser known, that we should check out. So always appreciate the comments and all of that, and hope to see y'all back for the next one. Like I said, don't know what we're going to do, but we've got a whole list of themes. And again, if you have any suggestions for top 5s that you'd like to see, throw those in the comments. Maybe we'll take those into consideration as well. Tim,
Hell yeah.
anything else you'd like to take us out with?
Bye.
That's all. Bye. Okay. See you on the next one, everybody. Thanks so much. Appreciate y'all.